Hey, what's the difference between Death Mountain and Sidon? One of them's hot, and the other's just a fish.
Boo! You stink!
Sheesh, talk about a cold reception. Jokes aside, today we're talking about the hottest and coldest areas in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And let me tell you, it gets extreme. In Breath of the Wild, you can detect the exact temperature where you're at by opening the Sheikah Slate and looking at the bottom left corner. Since I'm American, my sensor shows it in Fahrenheit, but in other versions of the game, it shows this in Celsius. As a quick test, if we go into a Sheikah shrine, the temperature will always read 73 degrees, which is almost room temperature. But staying inside isn't going to help us very much for this experiment. I think we're gonna need to take this outside. It's well known that the coldest location in Hyrule is Hebra, the mountain region of the northwest. However, there's one spot which is noticeably colder than all the others. You might expect this to be the summit, since the higher you go, the more the temperature drops, and you would be right, except that the Zelda team added one tiny quirk to the temperatures in Hebra. And it all has to do with this rectangle. The second you step inside of it, the thermometer drops a ton. It's a cold zone. I don't know why it is, but it is. So to get the coldest temperature in this area, we need to go to this peak while staying in the rectangle, wait until it's night, and use Rivali's Gale to get extra altitude. If we do everything right, our final temperature will be negative 82 Fahrenheit, or negative 63.3 Celsius. It cannot get colder than this. Even if you try to go higher with hacks or 2 carts and magnesis, there is a ceiling to this rectangle which won't let you get a lower temperature. Regardless, this is really cold. To put this into perspective, the coldest recorded temperature in Alaska is only negative 80 Fahrenheit. At these temperatures, Link is going to get frostbite in less than 5 minutes. You would not want to be in that kind of situation. Although, Antarctica has had colder temperatures before. Okay, it's time to spice things up. What is the hottest area in Breath of the Wild? Well, the contender that we would probably give this award to at first glance is Death Mountain. It's a volcano that literally sets you on fire, so it should be given the award for hottest location. But in an ironic twist of fate, this place is too hot. The Sheikah sensor cannot analyze it. It gives us an error message. From my quick research, it's at least 572 degrees Fahrenheit or 300 Celsius, since this is the temperature at which wood combusts. But the burning process starts so quickly, I'd guess that this is even hotter. For the sake of accuracy, we should focus on temperatures that we can record with the Sheikah sensor. The highest temperature I could get around Death Mountain without entering the sizzle zone was 102 degrees Fahrenheit, or 39 degrees Celsius, which worries me since Link is going directly from 100 to 600 degrees in less than a second. It might be for the best if we don't dwell on that. Bizarre as this sounds, the desert beats the volcano for this one, since it's possible to get a temperature of 131 Fahrenheit, or 55 Celsius by standing at the low point of this Lizalfos encampment, south of the East Garuda ruins, also known as the lowest point in the desert, which explains why it's the hottest area in the game. Remember, the higher you are, the colder it gets, but the lower you are, the hotter it gets. And let me just say, this is ridiculously hot. If this temperature happened on Earth, it would be the second highest recorded temperature ever, only beaten by Death Valley by 3 degrees. Oh gosh, poor Link. Click here to learn about Ocarina of Time's weird speedruns, and click here to learn about the fishy origins of Tetra's name. Also, Sidon fandom. You guys are great, I'm just teasing.